Quest people. This video is just going to give you a quick overview of how to use the Notion page. So this is the Notion. You should be signed up with your mquest@gmail.com email. So I'll quickly go through it. So if you're a writer, actually, if you're anyone, we're going to make new videos at the end of the summer for the beginning of the year, like official videos for each group to make sure that they know the things that are most pertinent to them. So operations, editorial, finance, business, etc., blah, 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 blah. But this is just to give you a quick overview during the summer so that you know what's up. So this is story ideas. So if you're in editorial, that would be useful. So if you want to propose an idea, basically what you can do is you can go in and say, like, I want to propose an idea about how to clip your toenails with a toothpick, right? And so that's that. And so you have your pitch. So you would write in, like, this is a serious problem, blah, 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 blah. Oopsies. Sorry, Ben. I'll do that later. Then if you know someone who wants to do it, you can tag them here. Hopefully they will already have their Notion. If they don't, then we'll figure that out. The cohort is who they are that would be working on it. So for example, in this one, this is an idea that Kalia had based off of an article that she saw. And it's basically about food. And so the writers that would definitely be working on it are me and Eric, but theoretically everyone, someone in each cohort would be working on it. So it's like a city-to-city cross-class collaboration thing. And then you pick the category that it's in, and that's it. If you have an idea for another property to add to this, you can add another property, but ask someone before you do that. Okay, so basically now what each of these lines represent is a page in Notion. And so a page in Notion is basically exactly that. It's a whole nother page. So you can open it up as this kind of like highlighted thing. When you're in a table, you can just open it up as this, or you can open it as a full page up here. And so here we can go in and edit these things. You can edit them on the table setting that we saw in the last one, or you can actually go into the page and edit them directly. And then here you can add comments like, I don't like this idea. It's gross. And then you can, like, here put in stuff such as notes for the article. You can have your outline, so intro, conclusion, blah, 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 blah. Great. Okay, and so now if you want to go back to the table the day before, it adds like breadcrumbs up here at the top. So that's how you would do that. You can tag someone, or if you go in and you like a story, you can be like, wow, I think either Kalia would be a great person to do this, or you can say, I'm Kroner and I want to work on this. So that's that. Now we'll go back to Team Home. I'm going to delete this because that's not great. So here we have the article pipeline and calendar. So basically, there are two ways to view this. You can view it as the article pipeline, which shows all of the articles. We're toying with the idea of making a different article pipeline for each year, but for now, everything is going to be put here. So basically, you have all the articles that we know someone's going to be working on. And so these are similar to the table. This is just a different way of viewing something that could be put into a table. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically this is kind of like a Kanban board that you would find on Trello or Asana even, and you can open this as a page as well. And so this is the summer vlog, right? And so the assigned writer is going to be Ben Chen once I add him to the Notion. The category is the same as the other things, but now you have stuff such as status, you have the assigned writer, you have the assigned editor, you have the draft date, the publishing date, the link to the Google Doc that you're working on. You can also you can also just write it here if you want, though if you want to keep writing in another thing, you can just add the link there. Basically, this is just a consolidation. So you can work wherever you want as long as you consolidate all your information here. And then you'll just type off done when it's done. That's actually not done, so oops. And then basically once you want to drag it and put it like, Ben is working on it right now, and so I'm going to put it into in progress, and that automatically updates that status is when I drag it into there. And then once he's done with that and someone's editing it, I'm just going to put it under editing. Once it's completely done, everything's ready, we put in completed. And once it's actually published, it goes into published. So most of you won't have to worry about that unless you're an actual editor who's working with someone. So yeah. And then let's see, here you can also, again, have, like, you can write in notes about the article or whatever. It's probably more likely that you would do all the notes that I described in the last part here, that you would actually write your official notes and like have an official kind of draft or outline or something like that. But that's pretty much it. And then basically the article pipeline then can turn into the editorial calendar, where it organizes all of those cards that you saw earlier onto the calendar. So it shows you when things are being published, who's publishing them, etc. And basically you can, up here, there are a number of things that you can do. So properties, on the calendar, we've said that the assigned writer, the category to the cohort, and whether or not it's done are all properties that you can see. And if you click to show one, it all of a sudden shows up. So for example, right here, I think. Yeah, okay. So right here is where that draft date was. You can also have the assigned editor that shows up. And the same goes for the article pipeline, which is the properties can be switched off to different things. So for example, here we don't have the category. The category isn't showing, but like the link is showing, and so is the publishing date. And so there's one column which isn't too important, but it has like editor only, so that doesn't necessarily need to be in the pipeline. It just is on the, it's just, you can hide this, it's just on the calendar. So the calendar shows everything, whereas the pipeline is really stuff that's just pertaining to like non-editors, I guess. I'm not really an editor though, so I don't, whatever. Okay, back to Team Home. And if you're watching this, it probably means that you're onboarding yourself right now, in which case you should go to Quest members. Oh, I skipped something, but we'll just go here. Quest members, once you see this video, add yourself in here. So Ben Chen, once you watch this video, and I know you're watching it because I'm about to send you an email with this video once you get it. And it's gonna say, I'm Ben Chen. And then you're gonna go, I'm Ben Chen, and it's gonna update with your email once you've signed up, or once I've sent you a link. I should do that. And then you check off what year you're in, what position you're in. So you'd be, oh boy. If you need to add something, you can add something like vlog person, but maybe not vlog person, just like writer or whatever. We'll worry about that later. And then your Quest email, your regular Minerva email, and if you have a regular assigned editor, then you would do that, and your birthday goes in here. And also, lastly, is your time zone. Eric, sorry that I put your time zone in Taiwan. You've told me a million times that you're in SF, and I just keep forgetting. Anyway, Ben Chen is in Japan, so I don't know what the name for that time zone is, but whatever. I'm gonna delete this. Ben Chen, do this when you're done watching this video. Yay. Okay, Team Home, back there. Oh, and like I said, this is like the same thing. These are also all pages. So basically how these tables things work is that they, like, you can see them as a board, a table, or a calendar, which is how the article pipeline and the calendar switched back and forth. So this one, you can just see it as a table. Don't really need to do it anywhere else. It just allows you more flexibility with how you present information. Then we have editorial info. So hold on, there's just a little, there's a space between these that's annoying me. Oh, that's why. I actually don't know. If these are supposed to be up here, someone let me know. Anyway, this is just like overview of information that you should know. Ideation to publish. Oh, well, theoretically, it's information that you should know once that information is there. But these are example articles. Oh, look at these. They're so beautifully highlighted. Oh, I love that. Okay. And then application process, we shouldn't have to worry about that. People who are watching this shouldn't have to worry about that because y'all are already in the quest. Yay! Quest! Summer tasks is for people who are working during the summer, which is most of the people who are watching this video, because again, I'm going to make an actual official video later, and this is just kind of to onboard you guys to Notion, and that's why I'm not being very formal. Anyway, basically this is just like tasks that we're working on. They have people who are assigned to them. I'm actually going to say who's assigned to them, like have that be a property that you can see, because it just makes it, for me, it makes it easier. And yeah, and then the status is up here, and you can just see what's Gucci, and that's pretty fun. So if you're working on something, say Esther and I just talked yesterday about M21, so basically we just added this page. And what I might go in and do is I might add a property, because I'll show you in a minute, but on my own board I have this property, which is like type. And so I can edit that property type and make it either a text, a number, a select. I'm going to use select, but there are multiple different things. So I'm going to select the type of project. And so, well, type of thing. So this is a project generally, but you can also have a to-do, like just a email copy is like one to-do, or you can have a meeting or something like that. Those are the things that I have in my board, which I'll show you guys later. So I'm going to delete this for now and maybe do that later, but basically that's just an idea of like adding a property and all the different types of properties that you can get access to. So that's summer tasks, user voice, write in something you want to improve. It's pretty straightforward. It's the same kind of setup. Okay, so now some general Notion things. There are so many different, like, they call these, like, this is a block. Basically, you can move blocks around by holding that thing there. You can tag people in comments. So I'm going to go @Kalia. You are great. So that doesn't matter, so I'll take it away. You can also add reminders to yourself, like next Tuesday at 3 p.m., get a haircut, right? And I think you have to say, send a reminder, right? So 10 minutes before. I personally don't use this much because I use reminders on my own device, so but if you want to use that, you can. And then some other things. So basically you have this so this button adds a block below, right? And so you have so many different types of blocks, which is great. You can just write a text. You can add a whole other page, which now you've opened up a whole other page. And then in this page you can add more stuff. So you can add a to-do list, and you can say like eat food, or you can add also if you want to not have to press that plus button all the time, you do the slash and it automatically shows you. And then you can start typing in like, I want to add a header, and it'll just let you do that. Or it can help you if you do that thing again within a block, so you can say, I actually want to turn this into text. And so you say turn into text. And then let's see what else there is. There's some really cool, like my favorite thing is the toggle list. Basically you can say like things to eat, things to drink, and then you go up and you press Command Return. And within that you can have more toggles, or you can have a to-do. They're also like shortcuts, like if you do this, it turns into a toggle. If you do this, it turns into that. If you, I don't know, there are other things. Speaking of those other things, oh, and if you want to collapse this, you press Command Return. Oh, no, you have to go up to the thing, press Command Return again. Okay, I'm going to go back to home and delete this. And so now a few other things. If you have questions about how to use Notion itself, you can send them a message and ask. You can see updates. You can see keyboard shortcuts, which is so much fun. Keyboard shortcuts are like my life. It's wonderful. If it will work. It won't work. Okay. Usually you can just click on it and it goes there. But for some reason it's not working. It might be because it's opening up on the other device that I'm whatever, not the point. But usually you click on these and those help. So I would recommend watching one of the tutorials and getting a sense of it. And yeah, that's it. And so now the last thing that I would recommend doing, I myself have a private page. So right now we're in the team workspace. And so what I might do in the next couple of weeks is make a template and put it right here for your own personal notes, at which point you would like add, so there's this template button thing. So basically this template, like you put it in here and it's just like, I want to make a page, and I want this each of these pages, I want them to have like a toggle list, and I want that toggle to be about types of coffee, and then I want people to fill in their own types of coffee, and then I want there to be a to-do list, and you can also do 3 dashes and it turns into a dash list, and then I want a to-do list, and I want yada yada. And so once I go back, I will add a new page, and it added this new page, right? So now it has that page, you add another page, and it does the exact same thing. And we can just delete all those. So basically what I'll try and do is make a page that you can add that is your own personal notes page. And so then once you have that, you put it into this private section. So here, I have my own personal workflow thing. So I have, for example, to-dos, projects, and meetings, and those are the types that I have. And I have all my meetings here in work done, in progress, not started, and etc., etc., etc. And I'll hide this, because that's usually hidden. And then like if everything's completed, I put it in there. So that's pretty much it. I would recommend doing this if you're working on like operations and stuff, and if you have a lot of your own personal projects that you're working on that other people don't necessarily need to like collaborate on directly. And it just allows you your own kind of, personal space. So if you have your own pipeline of articles, you can like link to the article pipeline. So if, let's say I go in here and I have the article pipeline and this is my thing, I can actually even go right here and I can say copy link. And then I can go here and I can say I have not started this. I can add an item and I can copy this link to page. So now basically what I have is this, and it's a link back to that other page, but I can edit it here on this page as if it's just here. And so that's pretty cool. I don't know if they double. Okay, so it does double up on the properties that you have, which is also cool. I have to check to see if it then creates all the properties in here, because once you add one property to one thing here, it adds all the properties there. But it looks like that did not happen, so that's great. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone except for me. I'm just figuring out that little thing too. So that should pretty much be it. Yeah, have a great summer, and text me if you have any questions, or message Notion. They're cool and I like them. Okay, bye.